We love Jeff, our sports director. He joins us now. Jeff Hathhorn, brought to us by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. October, 3.95% 7-month CD special at Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. It says right here on the sheet, it's the Hawk Report, Harry. The Hawk Report. Hello, Jeff. How we doing?
I am not Batman.
Jeff, I think you were there yesterday, right? I saw Roberto Clemente Jr.'s face all over our Instagram. Were you at the Walk of Fame?
No, that was Andy Lindbergh.
Oh, Andy.
I did that. I was at Steelers and Pat Narduzzi, so I was not there. But what a cool day. So
cool. Would be only made cooler if Michael Keaton would call our radio show at 412-928-9370. Why do I get the sense, so you were at the Steelers, why do I get the sense that Broderick Jones is going to tackle Rodgers again, Jeff?
I think he was kidding. I think. But, I mean, listen, as Fautano told us, he always celebrates with Aaron. You could celebrate without tackling.
Yes.
It is possible. Maybe a simple little fist bump, high five, bow, just some kind of respect like that instead of tackling the guy. You know what? The thing is, it would be a fun story if that would have been the game-winning touchdown. Sadly, it's, just a footnote on that game.
Jeff, what do the Steelers do with Joey Porter Jr.? It feels like every single time that they show him on the screen that he's holding somebody. I mean, even whenever he's not, there's not a flag thrown, it looks like he's holding somebody. What do they do moving forward? And is there a possibility of him being benched at some point this season if this continues?
Yeah, I don't see that. I mean, I know it's a second-round pick, but as we all know, it's the 32nd overall, so it's kind of like a first-round pick invested in him. They believe in him. I don't know if it goes back to Dorn, I'm sure you saw like coaches putting gloves on guys' hands, like to try to keep them in practice. I think they have to convince him that he's doing something wrong, because when we talk to him, it's always like, well, the refs are this or the ref, and it's like, no, you can't grab, and it's been a thing. I know guys get away with it, and you can watch tons of tape of different guys who get away with a little grab here or whatever. But especially when you're marked, whether it's fair or not, there's going to be eyes on you. And I love what Ramsey said after the game. Like, listen, offensive guys are going to get preferential treatment. They're going to be allowed to push. That's the game. And he said about himself, I need to be better. And I think that's where kind of what you'd love to hear Joey say this week is, you know what? Forget the refs or I need to be better. I'm working on it. And I think if that clears and he can have a few games, he's got all the physical tools. That's the thing that's so crazy. And he's got the guys around him. Even if you don't like Coach Alexander, I mean, you've got guys around that should be able to show him what he needs to do. And hopefully, that just improves, because I don't think they're going to touch his starting spot.
Jeff Hathhorn joining us here on the Fan Morning Show. Mike Tomlin speaks today, as it is Tuesday. I wonder what he's going to say about Herbig's playing time. You heard Terrell Austin say he makes splash plays. He's always around the ball, and guys like that are going to find their way onto the field. Well, he only played 29 snaps to 53 for Highsmith, and he didn't play at all in a pure passing situation on the Bengals' final game-winning drive. Jeff, what do you make of that? Why do you think that happened?
Man, I still think they have a lot of faith in Alex Highsmith. I think that's part of it. I think the way the game played out, as quick as Flacco was getting rid of the ball, maybe they thought that Highsmith could get his arms up and be disruptive. I don't think he'll address that directly. I think overall we need to play better. We need to, he'll go in through that routine. But it is intriguing because I do think Alex can be a high-level player. But I don't know if running all three of them out a lot is the right package to run either.
Jeff, does this game worry you on Sunday? I know we'll talk to you on Thursday, but does this game worry you, or do you think the Steelers will bounce back from the loss against the Bengals this Sunday against the Green Bay Packers?
I mean, I know Green Bay's offense has been inconsistent. I don't like that Micah was kind of set free, if you will, in that last game and what he's able to do. I mean, as much as Jordan Love or whatever you think about their offense and being a catalyst, their defense is pretty good. So Micah getting loose is something that does concern me. I mean, this is a tough 3-game stretch. I mean, this is the 3-game stretch to me where you kind of see where the Steelers are.
Mm-hmm.
If they go 2-3 and the loss is a close loss, I'm feeling like, okay, maybe this team can get to the playoffs and maybe advance. If it just looks like they're overmatched in even 2 of these 3 games, then it doesn't seem like it's much different than what we've seen in the last 5 years.
I'm with you on that. Jeff Hathhorn, our guest here on the Fan Morning Show. Of course, Parsons gets hot right before taking on the Steelers. He had 2.5 sacks prior to this Sunday against Arizona, and he had 3 sacks in that game. So Broderick Jones, who tackled Aaron Rodgers, but otherwise played very well, and he played well against Myles Garrett. This might be his biggest test yet with how Parsons is now seemingly folded into this defense. Offensively, the Steelers put up 31 points. That should be good enough to win. It wasn't. But yet still, we and others are talking about the Steelers' need for a number 2 wide receiver. Tyler Lockett, according to reports, going to be released at 4 p.m. this afternoon. Is there a fit there, Jeff? And if not, do you think they continue to poke around for wide receivers?
Yeah, I think they'll continue to poke around at wide receivers. And to your other point, I mean, who would have thought here on August or October 21st that the complaints would be about the defense?
Seriously.
That the offense is holding up their end of the bargain, if not more than anything people could have expected. I mean, look at the way they're using the tight ends, how creative they've been in finding ways to get the ball to their tight ends. The running game is improving. I realize the Bengals defense isn't very good, but their offensive line is getting better as the season is going on. I mean, that side of the ball is more than you could have dreamed. It's just that frustration, obviously, of the defensive side.
Jeff, any interesting notes from the Narduzzi presser yesterday?
I mean, I think this, and I think he's right, that you'd rather win a game like that than the Boston College game. Like, to be able to deal with that adversity, to not play your best, to not just not play your best, but self-inflicted wounds with all of those penalties and the mistakes, and still come away with a win, and still find a way, and with the, and add in the injuries, especially defensively that they've had, with a true freshman quarterback, to be able to find a way to win in what is a loud environment. I'm not saying Syracuse is a powerhouse, but it's a rivalry type game. I mean, I think Narduzzi, genuinely so, was excited about that, and I think that was something. I think that was something I'd take away. And then I listened to him with the PM team and what he was saying about Ben giving him a call. That was better than what we'd heard in the news conference. But we'll see. You think he's got Ben's number somewhere?
Maybe. Yeah.
I know Bostic has it, so
Yeah.
I'm sure they
so-
could work something out there.
Right.
I was surprised. I did not know that James Franklin and Pat Narduzzi were buds and had done stuff together. Just the way that they've interacted from afar through the media, I did not expect to hear that Narduzzi would A, call him a great guy, and B, say, yeah, we've done some stuff together outside of football.
He also had the line of, well, we're not rivals because you have to play to be rivals.
He did do that too.
That was a great
That
line.
I did
And
expect.
They have been on a couple of trips, Nike trips, which I don't know exactly what those are, but I would imagine those are posh, great trips where you take with your wife and family, and that's where he had met James's wife. And I think there are rivalries between coaches, yes, but genuinely, when those guys get in a room, they have similar stories and similar challenges that they're facing, and I think they enjoy just bouncing things off each other about, man, this NIL, or let me tell you about this kid who came to me and said, I need more cash, or I'm not playing, all those type of stories. I think they are friendlier than you probably think, than we all probably think.
Two guys that I heard did hate each other were Todd Graham and Dana Holgerson. Did you hear the same thing?
Who likes Todd Graham?
Good point by you.
That's a good point. That is a good point. Jeff, how about Andrew Heaney and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa going to the World Series?
Good for them. I mean, I saw, when I'm watching last night, I didn't watch the whole game, but I turned it on about midway through, and I saw Springer's home run. And that ballpark went nuts. And after like 2 seconds, I'm like, oh, damn, man, how cool would that be? And that was just to go on into the NLDS in 2013 and how cool that was. And to see that happen, I think IKF played his tail off for the Pirates. And I mean, the fact that Heaney's,
he was the piece that put them over the edge, Jeff.
I mean, listen, IKF is in his perfect role up there. Play occasionally, can do a bunch of different positions. If you're counting on him to be an everyday player, as we saw, that's miscast because he's not good enough to be an everyday player.
No, he's not. And I get the same feelings when I watch playoff baseball on a team that hasn't been there in a while, where it hurts. Like when the Steelers get eliminated from the playoffs, I can still enjoy the NFL playoffs. When the Penguins get knocked out or don't make it, I can still enjoy the Stanley Cup playoffs. When I see a team get to the World Series for the first time since 1993, it's like you're twisting the knife. It really hurts, and it makes me mad.
By the way, are we watching Michael Jordan in baseball?
Yes.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa ain't that good, Jeff.
I mean, I was on the air Friday night, and I didn't realize the scope of what he was doing until I was off it. It's like, that is unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
Like, 10 Ks, 3 homers, 1 out of the stadium at Dodger Stadium. I mean, this guy is aged. It's just amazing.
But you know what? That pisses me off, too, because I know Paul Skeens isn't the unicorn who plays both ways. But, boy, you'd like to see that guy in the postseason striking 10 dudes out because you know that's what he'd do. Mm-hmm. You know he would shove. And I don't know that we're ever going to see it.
You almost want to send him a bat and say, I bet you can't do this. Just something because I bet you Paul could hit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so.
Maybe not to that level. I'm not going to say he's a Ohtani, but yeah, that kind of went through my mind too. I'm like, if he spends
can't be any worse than what they have now.
That's right.
Well,
all right, Jeff. This was
3 guys spot he could take in the lineup right now.
This was fun to start and depressed me by the end. So that means it was a good segment. We appreciate your time. That was the Hawk Report, right, Harry? The Hawk Report.
Oh, sorry.
We'll talk to you on Thursday, Jeff. Thanks, buddy.
All right. See you, boys.
Thanks, Jeff.